Hello, these videos are supported by donation. And if you'd like to contribute, please click the link below. Carried around a stuffed pig in my arms. I did it until I was 5. Got it from someone who died of attention and lived an extraordinary life. But I gave it to you on the day that we met, 'cause I already trusted you best. And everyone dies, but they shouldn't die young. Anyway, you're invited to set. Hey everybody, Devin here from Lightning Lessons. I'm going to show you how to play this Samia song called Is There Something in the Movies? I'm going to show you how to play it the way it's on the record, and I'm also going to show you the way that I play it just to help it fit my vocal range a little bit better. So it'll be a little practice in transposition for you. So first, how's the way it's played on the record? So here's the chords. So I'll go through the chords one at a time, and then we'll talk a little bit about strumming and the parts. So here's E minor first, right? So I have my second finger, 2nd fret here on the A string, 3rd finger, the 2nd fret here on the D string, right? And then we have G. Now for this one, people like to play G a lot of different ways. I like to play this G, 3rd finger, 2nd finger, pinky. If you're a little bit earlier in your guitar playing, this is definitely a struggle for a lot of people because of the pinky and this stretch. So it's fine to play the other way that you know. I just like this switch from E minor to G because then I don't have to move this finger. So you can see I keep it right. If you look at this one, keep it right here. But however you play it's fine. So E minor, G, and then C. Now this one, I like to play it with this G in the bass right here. So here's a regular C you probably know, like that. So 3rd finger, 5th fret A, 2nd finger here is on 2nd fret D, 1st finger is on the 1st fret of B. So, right? Now for this one I'm saying put the 3rd finger here on the 3rd fret and the pinky goes back to where the 3rd finger was. So that gives you this. It's got that chunky kind of extra bit in the bass. I just think that's cool for, honestly, a lot of this kind of stuff that I like, and the music I like to listen to as well. It's just got that chunky, kind of cool indie rock sound. But it doesn't really matter too much. Those are just the subtleties that I'm into. So you have E minor, G, C, and that gets into why I like this way. It also minimizes movement. So if you check this out from G to C, notice how my 3rd finger there did not have to move, right? Stays here, pinky comes in, middle finger switches over, right? And that's why I like this G before, and I like this C here. However you want to play it's fine too. Doesn't really have to always be the most efficient thing ever. I just like to do less work if possible. So review, E minor, G, C, back to G, C, back to G, and here's this cool little D that we got here, which is the other reason why I like that previous C, is because it helps you with this. So you can play it regular D, right? Not a big deal. I've got a toothpick and I have been poking the air. Totally legit to play. But in the recording and the little way that I can hear how they play it, how Samia plays it, is this. You get this kind of little floaty sound to it, you know. So all that is just your C chord with that G in the bass, right? And you just move that up 2 frets, same exact shape, 1, 2, right? So that's 5th fret, 3rd finger on the E string, pinky, 5th fret on the A string, middle finger, make sure to skip that open D string, middle finger is on the 4th fret of the G, 1st finger is on the 3rd fret of the B. So that's like somebody gave you a knife for your birthday. I think I know who, but it's not my affair. Okay, so that's the bulk of the song. That's the like all of the verses and stuff like that. So you have. And then now we got like the chorus part basically. So how does that go? And is there something in the movies that's better than my love? So it's got like same thing twice but then different endings. Is there something in the movies that's better than my love? Okay, so you have C, G, C, E minor. That's the first time. And the second time you have C, G, D, G. Okay? So is there something in the movies that's better than my love? Is there something in the movies that's better than my love? Okay? So we're not using any different chords for that part. It's just different order. So that's the song right there. That's all the chords at least, right? So if we want to talk a little bit strumming and there's little frills here and there, we can get into that. So that'll be the next little section. So review what you got. Take a little pause. Come back when you're done.
Laughter is anger. Questions are pow, pow, pow. Power.
Cool. Let's talk about the strumming. So I'll play it first and then we'll break it down. So it's kind of nice. It's like straightforward, but it sounds really nice with the song too, right? So we have like down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And now, depending on where you're at with your guitar playing, this might be like straightforward and you've heard it before, or this could be incredibly difficult. I know that's the case from like all my students that I talk to, is that like a lot of people want to know about strumming patterns. And just a quick little note on that is, don't worry about it too much. If that's really getting in the way of you enjoying playing the music, just like one strum is fine. I've got a toothpick and I have been poking the air. I think like listening along to the song and just doing one strum per chord is a really good way to help you get your timing right. Also, if that's too fast still, you probably know, but if you pull a song up on YouTube, you can do the little like slow down bit, click the little gear icon, do like half speed or whatever. But to go into the strumming pattern itself, I like to practice it by putting my hand here just to mute the strings. And if that's new for you, I'll just briefly describe. Right, I'm not pushing down because that makes notes. I'm just like touching the strings barely. And why that helps us isolate rather, what I'm trying to actually work on. So I just want to focus on right hand. I'm not going to try and think about this right now. And so that's just going down, up, down, And this brings me to another point that's really pretty important for people in the beginning, is thinking about, can you keep this right hand moving? And this is very challenging while you then strum. And what's the point of that? It's not to make extra work for you. It's not to make this like ridiculous. It's just to really help keep the timing going. So the other way people might do this might be like this. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that. Like, if it works for you, go for it. But what I notice with students is that when they do that approach, it actually makes the timing really challenging to like execute. And so we'll get something like this, like. And you can hear how it's not actually like kind of the pulse or the beat that we're looking for. So if you can keep the hand going, that it kind of is like that. It's your little internal drummer. It's like your little internal sense of timing, your metronome. It's really gonna make it a lot more consistent when you play. And so that might just be something you practice. And the way you might start that is you might just do like kind of eighth notes, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I won't get into the details of this strumming pattern exactly. The rhythm's a little bit swung, so that's why you got that like da 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 da. And so I do think that as silly as it sounds, vocalizing it helps a ton. In my experience, when I've studied like drumming and stuff like that, I remember I took this tabla class in Indian classical music in college, and their whole thing was like, if you can say it, you can play it, you know, and I have a lot of teachers that helped me with that. So even just like ta 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 ta, that can really help you. So yeah, I'll play it again. There's a cool little frill in there that's this. Something like that. Might be this one. I'll have to re-listen to the recording. Remember, it's kind of like this though, right? It's like... Oh, I messed it up. Let me do it one time a little bit better. I'm not getting it right now. It's like a... There it is. It's like a... little frill in there. So this is like an open A string hammered onto the second fret and an open D string, like a... There it is. Just a little tiny thing that I thought was nice in the song. And then yeah, the chorus, I really do think it is a strum one per. You know, let me know if you think it sounds different, but it's just like a... There's something in the movies that's better than my love. It's really just that kind of little... There's something in the movies that's better than my love. Cool. And that is that. I'm going to also go into next how I played it, because I transposed it. And we'll talk about that and why you would do that. Cool. Thanks. Next chapter. Here's the way I'm playing it on the video that I have, so. That's not it. Sorry, it's been a little bit. All right, so why did I do it that way? It's because the singing, Samia's got a higher voice than me. And I can hit the higher notes, but I can't scream it. I really love that part with the, and I gave it to you on the day that we met, 'cause I already trusted you best. I love that part, and I really wanted to scream it, and I probably can't scream up there. So if you listen to the original recording, it's like, somebody gave you a pig on, a pig on your birthday that I did till I was 5. But I gave it to you. So I could bust it out that way. And I thought about doing that. But then when I play that a bunch, it really does strain. And that's something that the Samia can just hit like with that like head voice where it's like the scream and like that's what I want, that emo sound. So I was like played a lot around with like where to put it, and then I went a lot lower so I could like really scream it. So, and I gave it to you on the day that we met, 'cause I already trusted you best. And so that's down here. So if A minor, C, F, C, F, C, G, okay? And that's just transposing it into a different key. And then because of that, the chorus is different. There's something in the movies that's better than my love. So that's F, C, F, A minor, and then there's something in the movies that's G and C. Okay? So a little bit slower one more time. F, C, F, A minor, F, C, G, C. Okay? And so that works because the relationship between the chords is the same, and I've just put it into a different key. All right? So a lot of people will do that with a capo too, which is I went into that until I realized I wanted to go lower. So that really is quite easy when you want to go higher. When you want to go lower, you have to start thinking about like what are the relationships between the chords and like how can I put that in different keys. So if you are somebody that wants to go higher, like this is too low for you. You, of course, probably know that you could just put a capo somewhere and you could do the same chords, right? You get the idea. Cool. So I think we'll leave it at that. And that concludes this chapter of the Lightning Lessons. Thanks for listening. Feel free to check out my version on my original music channel, Gentle Return. I got a cover of the song. And feel free to let me know if you have other songs you're interested in or you have any questions or anything. And thanks so much for checking it out. I'll talk to you soon.